Julius Randle, and I guess he listened to you when you said just kind of play loose and be a little more aggressive out there tonight?
Hey, he was phenomenal. I mean, it was just set the tone, kept us in the game early, almost all by himself. That lineup in particular right now is like kind of struggling to find a great rhythm, but he was decisive, shot the ball well, created a ton of shots for his teammates, played with great physicality. Loved his defense too.
But defensively, it seemed like your team in the third quarter kind of really started playing both sides of the ball really well. Is that when did you think the defense?
Yeah, I mean, we have to play better defense. I mean, we were fouling a ton. They were shooting like 56% through a lot of the game, and it's just not. We got to be better defense. Got to play without fouling. Especially a team like this is very potent offensively.
Last possession, Ant got to the rim,
Yeah.
didn't settle. Was that the plan going into that possession, or was it a product of maybe how little scrambled that possession got, or what did you see?
I mean, obviously we wanted to put the ball in his hands. We were just asked Mike to read the double. He did a good job of getting it right back into Anthony's hands. Ant did a good job of playing off the catch and got downhill. It's really big for him to be able to put pressure on the rim in those situations. So I thought, it was certainly key.
What do you attribute the rhythm that you guys found offensively in the second half compared to the other 6 quarters you've played so far?
I mean, listen, just getting off of it, letting the ball do the work, understanding concepts and, as a group, like what we're trying to do. I thought Ant was great, just making the right play, and then everybody was able to kind of chip in, and we got a lot of good looks as a result of it.
This is one of Julius's strengths, that when things are not going well, you can kind of just go to him and he can create a bucket and just kind of keep stemming the tide until you can find something.
Yeah, that's definitely one of his strengths, but he got his buckets late too, which were huge. I think once we keep working on this thing, him and Ant will form a good partnership, and hopefully it will be a lot of two-man game between those guys too.
And just what about what Nas gave you, especially in the second half? It seemed like defensively, offensively.
I mean, it was 13 rebounds for him. It was huge. He battled well. I mean, looks like the Nas of last year. Kept going, and he was in that lineup that really changed the game around. That 11-0 run to close the quarter. So
53-point attempts, Chris.
Yeah.
Talked about wanting the 3-point volume. How did that feel?
I mean, I thought they all were pretty much in the flow. I didn't think too many of them were forced, so that was good. We felt we could get a lot of them if we were making the right play out there. Guys were ready to shoot them.
And then you talked about maybe with the closing lineups having different closing groups. You kind of went to a handful of kind of different lineup combinations there in the last 3 minutes. Is that kind of how you envision that playing out?
Yes, I mean, 100%. I just told the guys the intention is here to be until we find something that's kind of automatic all the time. But we have a deep and flexible team. We want to try to give ourselves as much chance to kind of play situationally, and guys are just going to have to lean into that. Every night it could be different, and every night I'm not going to get it right. So we all going to have to figure it out together.
Coach Finch, just want to get your comments, your thoughts about the way Keegan Murray played today. He was fighting for those rebounds. He was fighting Domantas Sabonis for those rebounds.
I mean, he's a guy that just gets better and better all the time. He's one of those feared shooters in the league. When the ball leaves his hand, you just feel like it's going to always go in, and when it doesn't, you breathe that sigh of relief. He battles defensively. He's a really, really, really good young player.
And then, just how important was it, to get the second of these 2-game road games?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's huge. It just feels like it's going to be just another night in the Western Conference. You just look around. Every team is so good, so capable. But the biggest thing, win or lose tonight, I just really liked our competitive spirit was back. And we did a lot of things that were more indicative of who we are than we did the other night.
Any other questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
We'll do locker room only, guys.
All right.